So good morning, David. Good to see you again. We are recording some author talk shorts today, and we're very excited to have Dr. Schein back again. And Amy, if you'll make sure this recording goes live on Facebook on Friday, I want to announce that Dr. Schein, David Schein, will be our guest on Author Talk this Monday, which will be what's the date on Monday? 30th, March 30th. So Monday, March 30th, our guest will be Dr. David Schein, and we'll talk about a lot of stuff going on. We'll have more time then, and also be talking about his book, The Decline of America, 100 Years of Leadership Failures. So that's what we're going to talk about for this call. David, is your book, Decline of America. And you've looked at how many presidents?
Well, we covered 17 presidents in the book. We covered Wilson through Obama, which interestingly, given that there are supposedly more Democrats than Republicans in the United States, it's 8 Democrats and 9 Republicans. And actually, if you add Trump, that's 8 Democrats and 10 Republicans over the last roughly 110 years. The book, we used a round number of 100, although the book actually covers 104 years, and we're now up in a window for where I've been asked to present over 108 years roughly. But that was our target, was to talk about kind of the modern era, which began with Wilson in World War I.
So, all presidents, or most, and I never thought of Bill Clinton being lucky not to have had any major events go on during his presidency, but most presidents have faced some catastrophic event or potentially catastrophic. So right now we're dealing with the coronavirus. And we talked that Truman would be a good president to have right now. But of all of the things that happened, we had the Bay of Pigs, we've had World War II. All these events have happened since World War I. Which one of those do you think required the most out of the president again?
George W. Bush obviously had one of the worst circumstances in the current lifetime of most people alive today, and that was, of course, 9/11. And 9/11, I was in Washington, D.C. I personally saw the smoke coming off the Pentagon, and I was one of the first people to drive past the Pentagon several days later when they opened the highways that go past the Pentagon in Washington, D.C. And I can tell you that that is a truly defining moment for the generation, the baby boomers and the people born after World War II. I think that's going to be considered the other defining event. And I think that George W. Bush did a pretty good job of dealing with that crisis. Obviously, his administration, consensus was not a great administration, didn't end well.
Well, thank you very much, David. This has been very informative. We now know more about your book and the different presidents and how they were graded. So thank you for that. The book is available. It's available on Amazon. So just look for The Decline of America by Dr. David, Schein, and you can get it there. Also, David is available. We're in Houston. David is available to speak for various organizations, and he has done a lot of work with different civic groups. He is a professor at the University of St. Thomas here in Houston, so he has a lot of topics. If you're interested in him coming to speak to your networking group, to your civic group, or to your organization, feel free to get in touch with him or with me. We'd love to introduce him to you. He could speak now through Zoom or other video conferencing resources, and he'll be available to come in person once we are past this pandemic. that we're experiencing right now. So thank you for joining us. Thank you, David, for being here. Elena and Amy, thanks for being here, and Rachel. And so we will see you again next time for another Author Talk Short.
Thank you, Sandy.